Hey guys, I thought I would throw a quick review and loadout video up. This is the Veto Pro Pac, what's the model? TP4B. So it's got the hard bottom and it's the blackout version. The hard bottom's nice because it will stand up on its own. You don't have to babysit it. As long as you got a flat surface, it'll pretty much stand in place. So I'm just going to do a quick run through of what I carry in here on a day-to-day loadout as a low voltage electrician. So first things first, you got the ubiquitous Klein shears. These are great. Everybody knows these. They work. They're good. Same thing, Klein 4-in-1 tweaker screwdriver. We call them tweakers in my job, also known as precision or control screwdrivers. Again, it's got all the normal sizes that you would need. I've got a few Milwaukee screwdrivers here. So I've got a 4-inch P2, a 4-inch flathead that goes in here, and then I've got a 3-inch P1 that I use periodically, not real often to be honest, but enough that I keep it in there. I've also got these Klein strippers. These I recommend to all the new guys that come on in my job, because they go, if you look there, they go all the way up to 26 or 28 gauge wire depending on how you hold them. So that's pretty handy. So you can get all the way down to stripping Cat 6 if you need to. Really, really useful on that. I've got these, which are kind of like a no-name. They're diagonal pliers, but they're flush cut. These are EGAN. These are like $8 on Amazon. I figured I'd give them a shot. I'm actually pretty impressed with them. They work really well. They're a little bit more sturdy than the micro flush cuts that a lot of people use. So I've been enjoying those. What else do I have here? Again, just a standard Empire 8-inch bullet level, nothing fancy there. I just recently picked this up. This is the Klein 7-in-1 nut driver set, which is really, really handy. I like this a lot because this pops out, and then you can use this. This is actually impact rated, so you can use it in an impact driver or you can use it on hand. It's got the standard imperial measurements from 1/4 inch up to 1/2 inch. It's really, really useful. I have been I've liked this thing a lot. Got a pair of Nipex or Nipex Cobras. These are, I think, the 10-inch. The reason I don't know the actual specific size is because I did not buy these. I found them in the ceiling of a grocery store. Tried to find who they belong to. I couldn't, so I decided to give them a new home. Those are great. I like them a lot. The nice thing on these specifically is that they get really big for being as compact of a tool as they are. The jaws open really wide. What else here? I got, sorry about that. So I just got this, also picked up recently, this Klein Tools. Not sure what the specific model on this one is, but this is really handy because it's got a laser pointer on there. It's got the non-contact glow pen function, so it lights up, but then it's also got a laser pointer, which is super, super handy when you're trying to show your coworkers, hey, run these wires this way, watch out, there's a problem here. You can do all of that a lot more efficiently with a laser pointer than with a flashlight, which is what I've typically ended up using in the past. If you're a low voltage guy and you don't have a pair of these, you really need to make your life a lot easier and pick these up. These are just standard hemostats or they're called a few different things. Hemostats are the most common name for them, but these are like $6 at home at Harbor Freight, and they make life so much easier. I've got fat hands, if you can't tell here, and being able to like reach into an LV1 box with these, or back into a wall or a small hole or whatever you've got. These are really, really handy. Or even just to clip onto a single wire to identify it and leave it and then come back for it quick in a few minutes. Really, really highly recommend you pick up a pair of those. Moving down the line here a little bit, I've got some ratcheting plier, or some ratcheting wrenches. 1/2 inch, 9/16, 7/16, 3/8. This pretty much covers all the bases that I need, unless I'm doing something specific, like if I'm rigging stuff up with 3/4 inch all thread or something like that. I'll grab a bigger wrench if I need it. But these four pretty much cover everything that I need them to. Got just a cheapy little DeWalt razor, which is pretty handy. Comes in handy for smaller, finer stuff that I don't want to use my my big pocket knife, which is a 0 tolerance 0561. Great pocket knife though, but it's a little much for small stuff. Carpenter pencil and a Milwaukee Inksol Sharpie. Pretty standard fare on that. One thing that I did that's a little different here is instead of using the loop for my tape, which I hate because you have to use both hands to get it off, or to access your tape, I switched out for this Night Eyes S-Beaner. You can fit a full roll of tape on there, and then you can easily just get this on and off with one hand. You don't have to screw around with reaching down and dropping your tape while you're on a lift or something stupid like that. So that makes life a lot easier. This got just a single long Allen key that's floating around. I don't even know what size this is, but it's the standard size that we use for leveling out the TV mounts that we install at my job. So I try to keep one of those handy because I need it pretty frequently. A few zip ties here. Get these out of the way. You just never know. Inside of here, got a few little goodies. Mainly, I've got a P2 and a P3 Phillips head bit that I can use for my impact or whatever else I need. And then just a few other little bits here. Nothing much on there. That's kind of an in case of emergencies. Now, one thing that people I've seen complain about is that with this specific model, this bottom section, there's like this 3 inch by 6 inch by like 1 inch just channel down here that is just open, and people are complaining that they'll lose tools and they stick something into this pocket and it falls in and it's gone forever. What I did to remedy that was I took this tape strap that they send with the bag, and then I've got this little Husky multi-use envelope pouch thing, and I just threw a few miscellaneous bits. Mostly, obviously, it's wire nuts, because that's what I always end up thinking that I don't need them, and then having to run back out to the van to grab like 4 wire nuts. So this way, I've always got those handy. Same thing, a few RJ45s, a few screws that are down at the bottom of there. But again, the nice thing on this is that it's like 2 ounces, and it's a lot of utility, and it all just gets shoved down in here. Doesn't really take up any space, and it actually helps and prevents anything else that I'd put in there from getting lost. So anyway, that's pretty much what I keep on me at all times when I'm on the job. I'm really enjoying this bag quite a bit. It's got a lot of organization, which is my biggest pet peeve with most tool pouches. They just don't have enough pockets for all the stuff that I want to fit in them. And then there's enough space I can shove. I can shove my Milwaukee like M12 Impact in here if I need to, or I can throw a tester probe, or I can throw you name it. I've got space to throw in, or additional screwdrivers up here, all kinds of stuff. So this is, I would say, money well spent. I've been very pleased with it. The only gripe, which is going to be pretty, this is going to be not specific to this bag, but just a common thing, is that it's not a small bag. It can get a little bit, it can get heavy. If you start just like adding tools and not taking tools out when you're done with them, it can end up getting, it can get pretty chunky. But even with that, it's not super fat, and the tools stay at a fairly vertical position in relation to you. One of the gripes that I've had with some tool pouches is that the tools end up angling out, which ends up catching, and it just ends up being a big pain. Don't like that. But this one, not so much. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. But overall, as far as my loadout as a low voltage technician, specifically in the field of audio-visual installation, I can't recommend it enough. This is a great bag. It carries everything I need and does everything I need it to. Anyway, like I said, take care, guys. Let me know if you have any questions.